Compact crossovers have been gaining popularity recently. For good reason. One, they're relatively affordable, ranging from 900,000 pesos to 1.3 million pesos. Number two, they're a bit more practical and more spacious than sedans. And three, they ride better than AUVs. In this video, I'll rank compact crossovers in different categories, from exterior design to best value for money. So, without further ado, roll the intro. For this video, I'll only include 5-seater compact crossovers that don't sell for more than 1.5 million. So I won't be including the Mazda CX-30, the CX-5, and the RAV4. Anyway, let's start with the best exterior. Best exterior. This will be the most subjective of these categories. I don't really have a decisive number one pick because I think they all look pretty good as far as crossovers go. But if I had to choose, I'd put the Kona at the number one spot. When I first saw the Kona at NIAS 2018, I thought it looked like a concept vehicle. Among all the crossovers here, I think it has the most aggressively styled front end. My gripe with the Kona is that it is a bit smaller than the other crossovers in this segment. It also has a low roofline and low ground clearance, so it looks a bit like a large hatchback rather than a small SUV. But its aggressive and futuristic styling more than makes up for that. Kia Seltos. I like the front end of the Kia Seltos. I think it has the most masculine looking front end in this segment. It looks broad and it looks bold. It looks like a smaller Ford Explorer. Geely Coolray. The Geely Coolray is a pretty sporty looking crossover. Its sharp and upswept lines give it a pretty aggressive stance, and it has plenty of sporty touches like 18-inch wheels with low profile tires. It has a front splitter. It has a rear diffuser. It has quad exhaust tips, and it has a spoiler. My gripe is that I think the expanding Cosmos grille with this red outline makes the front end look a little too busy. But I'm nitpicking. Overall, I think it's a pretty attractive looking crossover. Best interior. While my list for the best exterior can be contested, I think everyone who's seen the interior of the Coolray would agree that it has the best interior in this class. It has lots of soft touch materials, it has aluminum accents, and a premium design that no other vehicle with a price tag of less than 1.2 million can rival. Hands down, the Coolray has the best interior in this class. At second place is the MG ZS. It has soft touch materials on the dashboard, on the door sidings. It has leather seats. It has a leather covered steering wheel, a panoramic sunroof. On the downside, I think the design is a bit more bland compared to the Coolray, and I'm not a fan of the faux carbon fiber accents. Next would be the Ford EcoSport. The EcoSport has a soft padded dashboard. It has leather seats, and the quality of the leather is a bit higher compared to what you'd find on the Seltos and the Vitara. I also like the high seating position of the EcoSport, as it makes you feel like you're driving a much bigger vehicle. The EcoSport has a sunroof, but it's not panoramic like on the Suzuki Vitara. But overall, I feel like the interior of the EcoSport feels a bit more premium compared to the Vitara. Electronic and safety features. The Geely Coolray Sport is the most high-tech crossover in this price bracket, and that's by a huge margin. It has autonomous parking. It has a 360 camera which automatically shows you your blind spot when you have to change lanes. It has intelligent cruise control. It has blind spot monitoring. It has automatic headlights and wipers. It has a built-in dash cam which automatically records driver input. It is the only one with an electronic parking brake with auto hold. I'm not really a fan of electronic parking brakes, but they're definitely more high-tech than the old school parking brakes that I prefer. In terms of features, the Geely Coolray unquestionably deserves the number one spot. Its second place would go to the Suzuki Vitara. The Vitara has a panoramic sunroof. It has a 10-inch screen with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. It has push-start ignition, a reverse camera, cruise control, and 6 airbags. Third place would go to the MG ZS Alpha. It has a panoramic sunroof. It has an 8-inch screen with Apple CarPlay. It has push-start ignition, and it has 6 airbags. What makes an engine great depends on your needs and your driving preferences. But I feel like the crossovers with 1.6-liter engines, like the Vitara and the Juke, are a bit underpowered for highway or uphill driving. I'd give the number one spot to the Geely Coolray. It has the most powerful engine in this class. It has a 1.5-liter 3-cylinder turbocharged Volvo engine, which produces 177 horsepower. In terms of fuel efficiency per horsepower ratio, it definitely wins. Its 7-speed dual-clutch transmission is also pretty good. The Hyundai Kona and the Kia Seltos both have 2-liter engines that produce 147 horsepower. But I'd give the second spot to the Kona because I prefer its 6-speed transmission over the CVT of the Seltos. Best value for money. At the number one spot would be the Geely Coolray Sport. The Geely Coolray Sport has the most high-tech features, it has the best looking interior, and it only sells for 1.2 million pesos. At second spot would be the MG ZS. Before the Geely Coolray came along, the MG ZS was the breakout star in this segment because it offered a lot of value for money. But now that the Coolray is around, it falls to second place. The lowest priced variant of the ZS sells for just 868,000 pesos. And at that price, you get LED DRLs, 17-inch wheels, and the top of the line variant sells for just 898,000 pesos. Third place goes to the Suzuki Vitara. It is the lowest priced Japanese crossover in this segment, and it offers the largest infotainment screen. It also has a panoramic sunroof. If a newly released product is a lot better than the competition, it disrupts the market, and it forces the competition to up their game. I think that's what the Geely Coolray is doing. Its build quality and its features are so far ahead of the competition that it's bound to force the competition to improve. I remember when the Cherry QQ was released in the early 2010s. It was cheap, but it was also a pretty bad car. It seemed like the Chinese strategy back then was to offer cars at the lowest prices possible, even if it meant sacrificing quality by a lot. That no longer seems to be the case, and the Geely Coolray is a testament to that. Not only is it more affordable than most of the competition, it also offers the most features, and it seems to have the best build quality. Among all the crossovers here, it has the most wow factor, and therefore it deserves the overall number 1 spot.